Good afternoon, students. Today we start the next right, that is cultural and educational rights. This right is specially to protect the interest of minorities in our country. This right is given by Article 29 and 30. What is Article 29? Article 29 says that minorities can conserve language, script and the culture. This right give to minorities to conserve their distinct language, script and culture. As we know that India has major 6 religions except Hindu. Rest of the 5 religions, they are called minorities. So these minorities people, they have right to conserve their लैंग्वेज दियर स्क्रिप्ट एंड कल्चर. अपनी भाषा, लिपि और संस्कृति को वो क्या कर सकते हैं, सुरक्षित रख सकते हैं. ये उनका क्या होता है, मौलिक अधिकार होता है. तो हमारे देश के अंदर यह अनुच्छेद 29 स्पेशली अल्पसंख्यकों को दिया गया है ताकि वो अपने जो भाषा है, लिपि है, उनकी क्या कर सके, सुरक्षा कर सके. आर्टिकल 30 क्या कहता है, दैट माइनॉरिटीज कैन एस्टेब्लिश एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस. That Article 30 gives the right to minorities to establish and administer institutions of their choice. Similarly, while granting financial aid to minority institutions, the state shall not discriminate on any ground. Yes, if the government is providing the financial aid to the minorities institutions, so there shall not be any discrimination while the government is distributing the aid or the money to the various educational institutions. So this is about cultural and educational rights. In this right also, no institution which is run by the government or by helping by the government cannot deny to any person to take admission on the basis of caste, religion, etc. कोई भी ऐसा इंस्टीट्यूशन, शिक्षण संस्थान जो राज्य या राज्य सरकार के द्वारा या केंद्र सरकार के द्वारा सहायता प्राप्त है, वह किसी भी व्यक्ति को धर्म, जाति के आधार पर एडमिशन देने से मना नहीं कर सकता है. सो दिस राइट इज स्पेशली फॉर द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ माइनॉरिटीज इन आवर कंट्री. नेक्स्ट वी डिस्कस एंड द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट, इट इज कॉल्ड द सोल ऑफ द बॉडी, सोल ऑफ द फंडामेंटल राइट्स. यस, राइट टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रेमेडीज विच इज गिवन बाय आर्टिकल 32. Article 32 of the Indian Constitution provides for constitutional remedies against the violation of fundamental rights. Yes, because of this right, rest of the 5 rights become effective. If the government or any individual can try to violate our fundamental rights, then we have right to move in Supreme Court and the High Courts. For the protection of our rights, judiciary is known as the protector of fundamental rights. It is so important that Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar called it the heart and the soul of Indian Constitution. So someone like the government or any individual can try to violate our fundamental right, then we have right to move in Supreme Court or in the High Courts. Then it becomes the prime responsibility of our judiciary to protect our fundamental rights. The Constitution empowers the Supreme Court and High Courts to issue writs for the enforcement of rights. The writs includes now the 5 writs which can be issued by our Supreme Court or by our High Court to the protection of our fundamental rights. Let us discuss one by one. First is writ of habeas corpus. The Latin word habeas corpus means you may have the body. It is a remedy for a person detained wrongfully. सपोज किसी व्यक्ति को गलत तरीके से डिटेन्ड, हिरासत में ले रखा है, देन द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज राइट टू इशू द रिट ऑफ हैबियस कॉर्पस. द सुप्रीम कोर्ट एंड द हाई कोर्ट इशू दिस रिट व्हेन ए पर्सन इज इलीगली अरेस्टेड और डिटेन्ड बाय द स्टेट. If the cause of arrest is insufficient, the court would order his release. अगर मान लेते हैं उसका कारण जो है अरेस्ट का या उसको हिरासत में जो ले रखा है उसका कारण अगर insufficient है, then हमारा सुप्रीम कोर्ट और हमारा हाई कोर्ट जो है वो क्या कर सकते हैं, आदेश दे सकते हैं टू रिलीज दैट पर्सनैलिटी, उस व्यक्ति को क्या करने के लिए, आज़ाद करने के लिए. सो दिस इज द रिट ऑफ हैबियस कॉर्पस. नेक्स्ट वन इज writ of mandamus. The Latin mandamus means we command, हम आदेश देते हैं. The writ is issued when a person files a petition against any public official or unit which is not performing the duties. If any person, any government officer or any institution is not working his duty, then this writ can be issued by the Supreme Court and the High Court. The court would order the concerned officer to perform its duty. तब कोर्ट आदेश दे सकता है कि आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, अपनी ये ड्यूटी को करना पड़ेगा. तो ये कौन सा है? मैंडेमस. नेक्स्ट आता है रिट ऑफ प्रोहिबिशन. A writ of prohibition is issued to a subordinate courts to them to keep within the limits of their authority. As you know that in our judiciary, the highest, the apex court is the Supreme Court. So this writ of prohibition is issued by both, by the Supreme Court and by the High Court. Suppose if district courts are interfering the authority in the Supreme Court or in the High Court, then the High Court can issue the writ of prohibition, and if the state High Courts are intervening in the authority of Supreme Court, then Supreme Court has right to issue this writ of prohibition. So these are the three writs which can be issued by the Supreme Court and by the High Court to protect the fundamental rights of our citizens. Thank you and have a nice day.